This pretty good coverage is brought to you by Power Grip, the official retail partner of the European Pro Tour.
Hello and welcome back to coverage of the 2023 Belgian Open. This is the final round front nine coverage of the FPO field brought to you by MDG Media. In just 18 holes, we will be crowning your next EPT champion in the female division. I'm Connor Wood, and I'm here today once again with Johan Walstam.
Hey guys, glad to be back. Thanks for joining us. And excited to get into the action here. And up in our lead spot, we got Heidi Laine out of Hämeenlinna, Finland. She's sponsored by Clash Discs, 950 rated. She's coming strong.
Joining her, we see Anneli Tougjas-Männiste, a mainstay on the lead cards recently. She's shown a great command of both backhand, forehand, and putting. Very versatile skill set. Excited to see her joining us today.
And also joining us, Tinja Väisänen, coming in with a rating of 916. She has a fairway hit of 61% and a good putting score of C1X, putting 92%.
Not bad at all. And rounding out our lead card here in round 3, Posch from Austria. She is 907 rated, keeping it in the fairway with some strong putting. Her real strength, though, is the upshots. She's shown a great command of that from all ranges. Excited to see her joining us as well. Fantastic card. As we take a look at the standings, we see tied in first, Heidi and Anneli at 4 over par. Tied in third, Tinja and Laura. We see the two leaders have separated a little bit. There will be quite a tight battle for the remaining podium positions. Everything is still in play in this final round.
Really looks like a battle for first, second, and third here. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and we get started here on hole 1, a 74-meter par 3 downhill island hole. If you don't manage to hit the island, you have that drop zone just shy, about 13 to 14-meter putt with OB directly behind. This one is a great test of your nerves and often a signal of how your round is going to go. You want to stick the island and make your circle 1 putt.
Yeah, I'm going to expect to see 4 backhand putter shots here, nice and low. There is a bit of a breeze here on the first hole, so keeping it low. I like this also, nice standstill, really keeping control. It can definitely be a tricky shot to start out the tournament with a lot of finesse. So making that standstill adjustment, she almost parks it. That's a great start.
Yeah, I believe just outside bullseye. Fantastic shot to get us started here on the final day, really setting the tone of this lead card action. We'll see Anneli now. Looks to be her tactic. Very proficient, very comfortable with this disc. And a great width to that using the overstability. Swings it in very nicely as well.
Very similar line.
Tinja,
great job.
Väisänen.
Let's see if she can replicate the first 2 shots here. It's got good heights and hyzer here. Oh, unlucky skip there. Can definitely happen easily on this green. Gotta make sure to stick it on the right side of the basket if you're coming in with the hyzer, and try to get as soft of a landing as you can. Let's see what Posch can do here.
This looks to be a little bit more inside than the others, but sits it down very nicely as well in the island. We have 3 out of 4. Only Tinja now contending with the drop zone. Very polarizing hole. It often results in a 2 or a 4. The 3 is quite rare.
Absolutely, and this is a real nervy putt from here. You can easily skip out if you juice a little too hard. She gives it a bit there, but not too hard that it would skip out, so that's a good attempt. Laura lining up her birdie. Just over the rim. Solid start.
And she'll be jumping 2 strokes ahead of Tinja, as they are currently tied in 3rd place position. Laura will jump to the early lead, as Tinja now putting her 3rd throw rather, but 4th stroke here for bogey.
Wow, that is unfortunate. looked like it was strong chains, but it just managed to pull through, slipped right over the cage there. And that'll be a double bogey for Tinja there. And trust me, I know the feeling of that. It's not easy on the first hole.
Hopefully not speaking from experience. Yeah, the drop zone putt is quite a daunting one. Really difficult to give it a full run. And as you mentioned, she caught quite a lot of chains on the comebacker going out the back. These baskets really encourage a low-driven putt. Anything that catches high right or high left often doesn't stick. So you see an example of that there.
Yeah, definitely keep it center. And coming in here to hole number 2, we got a 131 meter long par 3. This one, I expect to see most of these girls try to throw straight backhands. It's a long distance. I do know that Heidi was actually part of the US distance competition and came in 3rd place, so this is actually in her wheelhouse. But we'll see what they try to do here.
Great point. All of these ladies with good power relative to their field, but Heidi definitely capable of getting within putting range. We see her on the box first.
Solid turnover here. Looks good. Faded out maybe a little bit early. That'll be a long look for a birdie.
I'd say just outside circle 2, likely a bit uphill, probably a safe layup from there. Anneli getting a little bit more aggressive, gets a soft turnover, not quite a full fade, but she is also about 30-35 away from the basket.
Yeah, question is how much distance they actually want to take off here. Maybe go for something more. Since you don't think you're going to get to the basket, maybe go for something a bit more safe, stay out of bounds. I like this play here, just straight down the gut. Rely on those approach shots to get yourself a easy 3.
Yeah, and a great point about the risk and reward. You do have OB on the right tree line as well as left over the walking path, so anything that overturns or fades out too much can very quickly find OB. Most often the left side OB coming into play, given the sloping fairway from right to left. We see Tinja with a slight low release. She doesn't get the full distance I'm sure she wants, but still in a totally fine spot. Nice and safe. If she can put this close, likely taking the same score as all the others. Solid upshot.
Great approach there. Gonna see Anneli here go for the, I'm guessing, a tactic forehand here. Ooh. Just next to the cage there. Maybe a little soft bid. Almost cards to 2. Now we know that Laura is a real approach master. And she delivers a good one.
Yeah, just within bullseye. Came by at chain height. No problems there. It's Heidi now. We'll see if she chooses to get aggressive. Knowing that Anneli's taking the 3, they are tied for the lead. 17 holes left remaining here.
Ooh.
That is a good bid. Just a bit low on a line the entire way.
Yeah, that was a stripe straight for the basket. Great attempt there. Not going to feel bad about that one. And they should be all tap-ins here. Don't want to speak too quickly here, but all almost within bullseye.
And the conditions here on day 3 were, I think, the nicest of the 3 rounds. Beautiful temperature, around 15 to 20 degrees Celsius. Significantly less wind than in round 2. And overall, perfect scoring conditions on a great course.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely puts your mind at ease more when you don't have to worry about the wind as much when you're putting. And here we see Heidi tap in her 3 after that great attempt.
Solid. And I think what we expect for the majority of the field, significantly more pars than birdies or bogeys. Not a bad score to take on 2 by any means.
Yeah, we see a little camaraderie there between the players. That's lovely to see.
Yeah, sometimes that lead card tension can be palpable. Nice to see the spirit staying light as we move into hole 3, Par 3, 106 meters. You have an initial gap out of this tree shot to hit, and as you break out into this open fairway, you have to keep your shot nice and straight. You have OB to the right and to the left. The OB to the right fades away as you begin to approach this green. You can try to crash the trees on the right and filter through. If you go too straight and out the left of the green, you will find OB long, and you have a slightly elevated basket to try and find your birdie putt on.
Yeah, the common play here is usually to see a mid-range or fairway turnover. The real tricky part is to turn it over so you don't hit those trees on the left OB, but not too much. It's a real finicky shot this, and let's see if they can execute. This looks good if it hyzers in. Wow.
Oh, and she does crash the tree line. Almost surely a birdie find for Heidi there. Fantastic shot. Came in real hot.
Yeah, that was great result there. Anneli fading out a little bit earlier, going way past the basket, and there is OB there. That looked like a distance driver for her.
I believe her DD1.
Yep. Perhaps wanting to crash down on the Annie. Let's see if Laura can get the turn. And that's the trouble there of not turning it up enough.
Yeah, the gap may look big on camera, but that left OB comes into play really quickly if you don't have a significant turnover. We see Tinja making the correction as she hugs that rightmost tree line, gets a huge skip, and just barely safe. She is in the circle putting for birdie from about 8 or 9 meters.
Yeah, I like that line. A bit more of a flex rather than a turnover. To make sure you keep away from both OB lines. Laura chips it up. Should be a bogey save from there.
Nice touch. I think she may have wanted to put that one in. Looks like it came out at the height. I think any sort of pure layup would have just been straight nose down. So interesting to see. Pretty cool. She gives it a run. And this is Anneli for her par save.
She runs it. Must have been real close. Just touching the chains and the cage. And that's a great birdie there from Tinja. After that tough start, she can start to get her score down a little bit and get some momentum going into this round.
And speaking, a testament to how close Heidi is, Anneli up to putt again for her bogey.
Oh,
and that
no.
one comes out as well. It looked like she hit the pole and came out the left side. A short putt that I'm sure she would like a chance to do again, but hopefully she can keep her head high. Heidi now seeing that, knowing that she can take a significant 3-stroke swing. This is her putt for 2, a birdie.
Yep. You gotta keep it centered on these baskets. You're very unlikely to get lucky catches on the outer chains. And that first uphill putt can be real nervy. It feels a little different from how you've been practicing in the warm-up area. Let's see if Laura can make the adjustment here. Confident putt into the center. That's what you have to do to get it in over here with these baskets.
Yeah. What adjustments, if any, do you make to your putt when going uphill?
You gotta aim a little higher, of course. that's
hope
natural. I think you just need a little bit extra confidence. Give it a little extra sap to it. That's generally how I make my uphillers.
Yeah, well, they'll need those tips here on hole 4. A 97-meter par 3 with this initial tunnel to hit, going slightly uphill the whole way. You crash into this open green with OB on all sides. A very elevated basket that you'll then need to make your putt on. Ideally, you put it as close as possible for a low-stress putt. Very difficult one to birdie, but doable.
This is another touchy turnover shot. And this is a common result here. Either over or under turning can happen easily on this hole. Really trying to get a straight with a slow turning right finish is the key here.
Yeah, I like that you mentioned the speed of the turn. Anything that turns too quickly will find that tree right there.
Yep.
As you want to release Heiser into the gap, anything that comes out on Heiser often tends to find that last obstacle right of the fairway. Is Laura looking for a similar thing? She's actually hitting that inside gap. I think, while not intentional, provides a great result. She's just outside the circle.
Yeah, great result there. I think what also makes this tricky is with these kind of turnover lines, you don't really practice them that often going uphill. So you don't really know what disc is the best for this kind of slow turnover. I think you find a lot of people either going too flippy or too understable, or too overstable rather. And it can be really hard to find that disc that really suits this shape.
Yeah, I would agree. Some people like to throw the same disc on hole 3 as hole 4. Heidi with a great upshot there. But it does play significantly longer given how uphill it is. As Tinja also with just a simple putt just outside bullseye. Solid par save most likely. Laura taking no risks as well.
Yeah, you want to put this upshot close. If you're tall enough, you can just reach over the basket. It can feel a little awkward too. Oh, and she runs it. Nice attempt there. Can feel a bit awkward to putt so high when you're very close.
That's why everyone at home should be practicing their turbo putts, right?
Of course. There are situations where you might need it. I would never pull that out personally, but I know certain people who have a reliable turbo putt.
As we see the par putts made there. Only Anneli to give it a bid. I think knowing that she has now fallen 2 strokes behind Heidi. Still a lot of golf to play, but the holes are running out here in the final round. Hey-oh! Little turbo tapping.
There it is. Yeah, you can see Anneli is hungry for these birdies. And that can be dangerous out here. This course is very punishing. If you find yourself a bit off the fairway for going a little extra aggressive, it can definitely cost you. So we'll see how she manages that.
Yeah, here on hole 5, a 172-meter par 4. You want a shot that shapes from the left to the right around this tree line, trying to position yourself to enter this last tunnel shot. As you approach the green, you have quite a fast tunnel here. You can often get a skip or a slide on your way up. About 90 to 95 meters off the tee is the sweet spot in distance, which leaves you about 70 straight shot into the green.
Yeah, this hole really sets up for a backhand into a forehand into a backhand approach. This is also another play, seeing the roller, and she managed to beat the little tree there at the end, and that puts her into prime position to attack for the birdie.
Yeah, I think she'll have a totally straight look. It's very easy to be blind of the basket. Even if you can see the mouth of the tunnel, you really do need that prime placement that she just found to have a look all the way. We'll see Heidi here if she opts for the air shot turnover or also a roller. She looks like she's taking the air shot.
And that's well done. I find that shot way more tricky than a forehand, but if you are a backhand specialist, then this is a shot you definitely want in the bag. As Laura throws a straight shot, it has a bit of fade, but it's going to be a little bit cut off there if she wants to attack the green.
It will open it up though, and I think the forehand, if you have it, obviously shapes most naturally, but a lot of room for the backhand turnovers. Anneli gives this tons of height. Fortunate kick out from the rough there. It really is the distance control. I think for a lot of players, they're more comfortable on a one-angle shot, which can be tough to find for some of the forehands to go pure hyzer, almost 100 meters.
Definitely.
A little bit more control on that turnover shot for most. As we see Laura, she has a long but straight look. As she shapes this tunnel, gets a friendly ground play, skip and slide. She makes it about halfway up, still about 20 from the basket. I think just snuck within circle 2.
Yeah, great line there. A foot higher, and I think she would have made it all the way. Anneli, she turns his own over a little bit too much. gets a little friendly kick to the center. Let's see if Heidi will get this shot down. Oh, it looks like a bit of an early release there. Lucky to not get kicked deeper in the woods there. She'll have to approach for a par.
Tinja slightly too far. You see that she has to throw more of a hyzer angle than a straight shot, but she fights through beautifully, fades out in the circle. She has 9 meters left for her birdie.
Yeah, great hyzer approach there. Only one on the card that will have the birdie putt. Let's see if these girls can get a good scramble here.
Oh, I think she kicked off. Heidi there kicked off to the right side. Can be pretty rough, but likely still just a short putt to the green. Anneli with a bid there and hyzer putt out of the hand, letting it float back. She sits it down nice and soft as well.
Yeah, you can see her aggression here. She really wants these birdies, and I like that. She came here to win, and it shows in her playing. She's not gonna go easy and leave any potential birdies on the field.
That's Heidi there. She pitched out successfully back into the fairway, but still quite a distance. Right next to Laura here. You saw how difficult that putt was. Still quite a far way away. This is Heidi, I believe, for the bogey save. After pitching out, we'll see if this pays off.
Big distance. Wow. Great putt. Center chains. Impressive.
Yeah, cut from the cloth of champions there. You see, in the moment, Heidi Laine scrambling for bogey, puts it back into the fairway, deep C2, drains the putt with confidence.
Love to see it. Get some high fives from the card. Pretty good.
This is Anneli for par. She will still get 1 stroke on Heidi if she makes this putt. And she closes that gap.
Hold on to get the par there. Laura, she was never in any danger for that par. Picks up the disc for a cardmate there. As we move on to hole number 5.
Here you see hole 6, a 165-meter par 4. This is a pure tunnel shot the entire way. You want to try and hit this series of first gaps right down the middle. Anything that reaches this horizontal dividing path in the fairway is a really good spot to be. Bonus points if you manage to get over this hill and anywhere near the mouth of this second tunnel. It then bends softly first to the right and then back to the left as you have a slightly uphill green littered with obstacles. You want to try and hit the center of the fairway hard twice, trying to split it 80 and 80, or maybe these players get aggressive and try to throw a fairway or distance driver to bite off a little more. This one can really make or break a great round.
No doubt about that. I would be surprised to see a distance driver here, but who knows what they're going to pull out. That might be a...
Looks pretty sharp to me.
Yeah, it might be fairway. And she pulls it right. Could not quite see where that ended up.
There are OB lines to the left and right about 15 to 20 meters out of this initial tunnel. They don't really come into play with the air shots, even if you hyzer out or overturn, but just a mean tree kick can find you out of bounds as well. To put salt in the wound, Laura gets a little bit of distance, just about halfway down the tunnel before connecting with the right side trees. I think she sat down in quite an all right spot.
Yeah, as long as you stay on the fairway, you can still get a par from there. And that looked to be a very understable disc there. turned over a great deal. She will also be in the fairway or just on the side of it.
Heidi now on the tee, still holding that lead by 1 stroke. Sponsored by Clash and Fribestore. She looks to be shaping right down the middle. Beautiful flight. And full at that. She gets all the way to the mouth of the second tunnel. That is a perfect shot here. I believe with her berry, slightly understable to straight flying mid-range.
Yeah, she really utilized the whole fairway there. What a statement to make at this point in the round, where this is a hole that some of the other competitors are maybe hoping that she would have a nasty kick. But she pierces it down the fairway, and Anneli here goes for a big flex forehand. It looked to make good distance down the fairway, but I think it faded out a bit early there.
Yeah, I think likely still scrambling from that position, although good distance for sure. Laura going to that straddle knee, just throwing the putter straight down the middle. I like that. She is still being conservative. That's still a fine position to try and find par from.
Yeah, and also if you're a bit more left, you really set up the backhand hyzer. And Tinja looked to have an early release there, ended up further in the woods. And this is what can happen easily on this hole. Let's see if she can get out. Going for the forehand roller. Looks to be going well. Can she get out of the bushes? Just on the edge. I will leave her a much more friendly approach.
Laura with a straight to hyzer look to the green. She has
look
pured
at
that
this.
right down the middle and crests that hill. She pins it. Bounces off the koozie. Incredible shot. She will have a short putt for her par save. She hits first available and has an almost tap in for par. Really well done.
Yeah, that is seriously impressive. Tinja going for another forehand roller here. Probably hoping to get to the green using that, but she doesn't quite make it. And here we see Heidi going so far on her drive that she could just pitch up for a birdie look.
Yeah, and good composure and core strength there, as she had an awkward patent pending, I believe, off the knee out of the bushes. She had a good control of that. Anheuser. Anneli also just outside bullseye. That is a fine spot. She'll have her putt for par. Tinja now actually playing the backdoor entrance to the green. Hugging the OB line to the left. There is a sneaky second path. If you end up off the fairway, you can try to sneak around the left side. Tough to say what she'll be left with. That was Heidi for birdie.
Do you think that was a layup or a putt?
It's a great question. I think at this point that's a putt. Well within her range. She knows that she has at least a reasonable chance to make that putt. I think it had the height as well.
I think a little bit more floated than her normal stroke, but she definitely gave it a bit there. And here Tinja, hoping to finish this hole now.
Oh, she's looking to clean it up. Unfortunate to come out the left side. Anneli for par. Bogey, rather, as she found some early troubles.
Yeah, not a bad score in this hole, actually. You're shooting about average if you get a bogey in this hole. And that is a 5-time bogey.
A pentuple, I think. And although it's an unfortunate thing to happen in final round, especially on the lead card, it is unfortunately common here on hole 6. You can really find trouble quickly, and if you don't stick to that fairway, it is totally unforgiving.
Yeah, definitely happens quickly. That's why I kind of like Laura's approach here, going a bit more conservative on the first shots and then try and get the hyzer up to the green.
as they move on to hole 7, an 84-meter par 3. You have an initial tunnel to contend with a late guardian tree line. As you try to pierce through any of these gaps as you please, you then will have a tiered green to contend with. The best shots will fight anywhere up the hill towards that top tier. The majority of shots will funnel towards the bottom, where you're left with a significantly uphill putt. Very cool tee shot and a very unique green. Also another one that is super rare to park, tough to birdie. 3 is most common score here.
Laura up first, a bit low, makes it to the trees. This one, you definitely want to go fairway distance driver to get all the way up there, even though it's 84 meters. Getting through the gap and getting the height to have a birdie putt, you definitely need a bit more distance. And for me, this is kind of a throw and pray situation. I aim at the tree on the further right, and I just hope I make it through. Anneli there going for the flex forehand, makes it through nicely. She'll have a long look at birdie.
Tinja now, we'll see if she can bounce back from an unfortunate result on 6. She is once again finding trouble on the right side fairway. We'll see if she can still scramble to save the 3. This is a fun green because it really encourages you to run it. You have given the height and the backstop. Almost everyone who has a look at the basket is trying to throw it in.
Yeah, definitely. And the upshot can be very tricky here as well. The putt can be forgiving, but the upshot, I saw a lot of rollaways, even though they got close to the basket. So let's see if they can stick it here. As Heidi hits a tree and lands at the base of the steps. She have a long look for a 3.
Laura in a great spot to try and give this a bid. She made it through that last gap. Sits it down really nice. That is stress-free par.
No doubt. And she has a lot of those stress-free pars, it seems. Tinja here for a long look.
Speaks to the consistency of her upshots. Really rarely giving herself stressful putts, just putting them close. I think really for her game, often the tee shot, the decider between birdie and par. She likes to just have safe layups, but Anneli not laying that one up. Gave it a bid, comes up a bit low. Tough to see just how uphill it was from that angle. Heidi now finds it.
Another great putt.
As you see her climb her way up the structure to her putter.
Yeah, it's not an easy climb going through the main steps there. Much easier to go around the sides.
Hey, you gotta stay loose, stay limber here on lead card.
Yeah, true. And as we see another par for Laura, we move on to hole number 8.
Hole 8 is an 80-meter par 3, slightly downhill with a tunnel. This is one of the easier of the par 3s, although you can still find the rough. This is definitely one that you want to birdie, especially if you're on lead card and trying to set a champion's pace. Likely a soft to stable to straight flying putter. I throw a soft one, hence why that's in my mind.
Yeah.
And a great shot here to try and attack, get a birdie.
Yeah, after those tricky holes 6 and 7, this hole really feels like a breath of fresh air. Finally a birdie that's right in front of you. It's slightly downhill, so you really don't need to put any power on it. You just need to smooth it out. And even if you end up a bit early here on the left side, you generally have a putt as well.
I would agree the
Laura,
left side of the tunnel is far more forgiving than the right side rough.
yeah, you can keep your disc straight. You can even go a little tiny hyzer the whole way. Heidi pures it straight down the line, nice and low the entire way. Anneli looking to follow suit. A little higher line. She gets a lovely kick there. Rolls that right in the bullseye.
Parked for birdie. Tinja now seen a few successful lines. We'll see if she can match those. This looks to be high, but with a great line, she almost throws it in, fading just shy of the basket. She is still within the circle. That was a nice ace run by Tinja there.
Yeah, great attempt there. And if there's any hole on this course to ace run, it's definitely this one. Laura doing a step putt there, couldn't quite get the height. Tinja now trying to get the birdie after that ace run. Solid. Great bounce back for her. It can be hard to bounce back after taking a quintuple bogey. But she's still fighting for it, and that's great to see. Heidi, a very casual putt, putting it in.
Anneli as well. Friendly ricochet off the trees. Just a short tap in for her birdie. Laura taking the par. It's one where if you walk away with a 3, you're all right with it, but it does hurt just a little bit.
Yeah, definitely one you want to pick up.
But this hole, this is an absolutely fine par to take. Hole 9 is a daunting 183-meter par 4. With a series of initial gaps to hit, the fairway begins to go softly to the right and uphill. The best drives will land right about here with a forehand or turnover backhand, which then leaves you with a very awkward and tight line down a tunnel leading towards the green. It slopes downhill with a dirt and gravel path, allowing you to get some ground play as you try to come in nice and soft, a very fast green, and an incredibly difficult birdie to find. 4 feels like a birdie. It's averaging about a 5.
Yeah, taking a bogey here is completely fine. They can get dangerous quick on this hole, especially these first set of trees. You definitely want to make it through. And did she clip the
Double
light
kick,
pole
yeah.
there?
I believe she hit the bulb at the top. Unfortunate as she then connected with a tree after that. Double kick. Although I think enough distance to still pitch her way up to the mouth of the second tunnel. I think she can still scramble a par from there with a few good shots.
Yeah, this is a hole I really wonder what their aim point is. I think everyone has a different hole they're trying to hit here. I tried to hit the right side gap with a forehand.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. It is funny that I think most people have a different gap they're trying to hit. Very valid. And it really is a pick your poison sort of situation. None of them feel easy, but you can take almost any of them and find a similar result. Lara also going on the inside, but kicking to the right. That will open up her gap, but she'll be in the rough.
That looked like a mid-range to me. She was probably hoping to not bite off too much distance, but just get to the gap. Anneli here going for a forehand Annie. She makes a good distance up the fairway.
Yeah, I believe caught a tree right at the end, but the majority of the flight was found, and I think still a chance for par or worse bogey from there.
And look at all
Heidi.
these trees.
So many and so few gaps. Unless you are dead center fairway, the gaps here can be so punishing. Even from a perfect position, the gaps feel tiny.
Yeah, it's not only one gap. You have to hit multiple gaps in order to get through all those trees. Heidi or Tinja going for the forehand roller once again. She makes it up a little bit up the fairway.
And although most people have to at some point, not a great sign when you're throwing a lot of forehand rollers here. The ground is not particularly smooth in these wooded holes. A lot of roots and sticks and bumps and knolls to hit and roll off of. You often do not find a smooth roll. Heidi just pitching up an Anheuser forehand. That's her third shot. Her fourth will hopefully go down that final tunnel, but she will still have quite a small gap and some distance. This is Anneli now. She looks to shape down this last tunnel.
She makes good distance there. Looks like she hit something along the fairway there towards the end. See Tinja here. Still trying to make her on that corner. And she hits the center tree You can really tell at this hole. A lot of these shots are only going 30, 40 meters, trying to make it up there. And that was the story for a lot of cards.
Yeah, a true battle here with hole 9. Heidi is shaping this hyzer beautifully down the tunnel. She gets the ground play and actually fires long of the basket, showing you just how fast that green is, the downhill slope offering a lot of extra distance after connecting to the earth.
Yeah, not only is it hard to even get a shot towards the green, then you have to try to slow down once you hit all the gaps towards the green as well. So it can be very tricky. This is a little bit more what you're looking for, trying to hit the ground about circle or C2 before the basket, so you can skip up nicely.
Laura connecting about pin high, slides just long. I think she's just inside the circle still. Anneli with a long look here. Straddle jumper. She gives it the height, fades just to the right side and around the back. Solid attempt. No hesitation.
And here's Laura. Center chain. Taking a singular bogey. I think you can honestly be content with that on this hole.
Yeah, keeping in line with the field average. Heidi with a great putt as well, also for her 5. Although her throwing was not without its faults, she's been very solid on the green and making sure not to get into too much trouble despite some errors.
Definitely making sure to keep that putter in the center of the chains.
Just like that. As
And you
Tinja
can
finds
see
a bogey as well.
She had to give it a second look there. It was slightly to the right, so I think she got slightly worried there for a second. Solid putts all around.
And we mentioned it, but the 5 feels like a par. None of these players are going to be too upset as we move on away from hole 9. Exciting front 9 here as the battle continues. Fight for the podium here at the 2023 Belgian Open. As we take a look at the standings, your leader, Seoul in first position, Heidi Laine at 4 over, Anneli Tougjas-Männiste in second at 6 over, Laura in third at 14 over. A little bit of separation now in the field. 9 holes left to go. Exciting to see who will take it down. Johan, thanks for joining.
Thank you for joining us. Catch us on the back 9.